your northbound flight on the Emirates Airline. On your journey, you'll be surrounded by unique views and some of London's great untold stories. Here's just a few of the sights and discoveries that await you in this fascinating area. The Emirates Airline is the latest way to cross the Thames, rising to 90 metres at its peak. It's also the highest. But in 1843, hidden from view just beyond the buildings of Canary Wharf, a Thames crossing opened that was 23 metres below the river's surface.
We are now sitting in the grand entrance hall to the 8th wonder of the world. This is Isambard King of Brunel's first project. It's the first tunnel under a river anywhere in the world. Today, it is the oldest tunnel in the London Underground. It opened in 1843 as a pedestrian tunnel, and you have to remember the idea of walking under a river the size of the Thames is like walking on the moon. And on the first day, there are 50,000 visitors, and the band of the Coldstream Guards played patriotic music. In its day, this was the world's most successful visitor attraction. What Brunel did here, he created a cage for the miners to work in. This is the worst job in the world. They are showered in sewage, but they only work 2-hour shifts. They collapse after 2 hours, and they're carried out, and they're replaced by men who are still breathing. That's pretty much what they do even today. This principle has simply been automated. Brunel have miners work Crossrail, have tunnel boring machines. Brunel had bricklayers. Crossrail has precast concrete sections. This is the birthplace of the tube.
Looking east away from the city, you can see another impressive feat of British engineering, the Thames Barrier. It's one of the largest movable flood barriers in the world and has been protecting London for more than 30 years.
The original design criteria was to protect against a 1 in 1,000 floods in the year 2030. So they used the data they had available and they projected that into the future. They built extra safety margins in. It looks like we'll be okay until 2070. The barrier is composed of 10 gates, the largest of which are 3,300 tonnes, approximately a third of an Eiffel Tower's worth of metal in each one, and they rotate into position. The barrier protects against an area of land with about 1.25 million people. If you're walking along the south bank, if you can imagine another 3.5 metres of concrete obstructing your view, that's what the barrier protects against.
The Port of London has been a centre for trade since Roman times. By the 1800s, it was the busiest port in the world, and a series of huge enclosed docks were built, surrounded by high walls, to protect cargo from thieves and pirates. The docks stretch from Tower Bridge to City Airport, and the Museum of London Docklands is preserving the history of this crucial trading hub.
The building we're sitting in was built in 1802. When it was built, it was the biggest warehouse in the world. The Romans first settled on the Thames. It was right after the Romans. Throughout history, it's always been lots and lots of trade. There was loads and loads of workers doing actual factors in the gibbet cage. It wasn't executed in the gibbet cage. You was hung, and then you would have been cut down, and then you would have been put into the gibbet cage. And there was accounts of 4 to 5 bodies hanging right along the foreshore. So as the shipping were coming in, they just started deterring you behave yourself, or otherwise this is going to happen to you. Warehouses played a very important part in the war, because if you look at the infrastructure and you kind of starve the nation out, you can imagine the velocity of the bombing, and sometimes you had the sugar going up and catching light, and then at the very end of the buildings you had the rum going up and catching light, and it would actually make sled toffee, and all the children would be around the following morning scooping it up, taking it home. You can come to this area and you can walk around and you can see where all these things happen.
The East End docks have undergone major redevelopment in recent decades. Royal Victoria Dock is now home to XL London, one of the largest exhibition centres in Europe. King George V Dock has become the grounds for City Airport. The Royal Albert Dock to the north of the airport is next for redevelopment.
Royal Albert Dock used to be the commercial centre for the British Empire. People used to come from Argentina and places, and it went on trains into London. But this was the meat store when the meat first came off the ships. This is going to be an Asian business port. Companies from Asia will be able to set up their headquarters and trade into Europe. The city airport will allow business people to travel to and from European cities right here into Royal Albert Dock. Business leaders will be able to attend meetings in Paris and within 2 hours be back at their desks here in London. When this complex is finished, there will be 20,000 people employed in this area. And we'll be invigorating this area. We're bringing it alive again. It really is going to be very exciting.
Down below, the River Lee flows into the Thames on its northern bank, after rising near Luton more than 40 miles away. The lower River Lee Valley has a rich history of engineering innovation, with more industrial achievement for its small geographical size than anywhere else in the world.
The history of this area, of course, has been about entrepreneurs and innovators. It was a group of entrepreneurs who built the Royal Docks. The Lower Lee Valley is where Michael Faraday did his electrical experiments. And just across the way here is where Brunel built the biggest ship in the world, the Great Eastern. And this place, of course, for many years drove the economy of this country.
The post-industrial revolution, the electronic technological revolution, began in the Lee Valley in 1904 by a man called Professor Ambrose Fleming, and he invented a thing called a diode valve. All the electronic gizmos we have today can be traced back to this single, simple device. The first jet airliner, the Comet, was built at Hatfield here in the Lee. The first ever colour television, and we had the Royal Small Arms Factory in Enfield, and the Lee Enfield rifle was produced there. It wasn't Burton-on-Trent that made India Pale Ale. India Pale Ale was invented in London's Lee Valley by George Hodgson. So we've got a lot to thank the Lee Valley for.
Next to the Emirates Airline terminal is the Crystal, a building owned and operated by Siemens, that was designed to be one of the greenest in the world. The Crystal showcases sustainable development and contains the world's largest permanent exhibition of its kind.
We are in one of the most sustainable buildings in the world. It demonstrates innovative technologies to do with generating energy by solar and ground source heat pumps. Even the water of the toilets is being recycled. This exhibition showcases existing technologies and innovation, and also stimulates discovery. It tries to make people imagine how the city might look by the middle of the century.
Thank you for flying to Emirates Airline. Exit here for the Expo Exhibition Centre.